So today we are making what?
Rice bread?
No, not rice bread.
Oh God, cornbread.
Cornbread. So we're gonna use 3 pack of Jeffrey.
I'll open that.
No, not right now. We're gonna use 3 pack of Jeffrey. Gonna use 1 can of milk. We're using nutmeg, little bit of cinnamon,
Butter, you can't forget the butter.
ginger, 4 eggs, sugar, and
Butter.
2.5 sticks of butter.
You can't forget the butter.
No, we cannot. 2 and a what?
Half.
2 1/4.
Like, yes.
Yeah. So we're going to add that in there.
So much butter.
And we're going to get the sugar.
Sugar.
Look at my helper. And the other helper. King CJ,
I eat sugar.
come here.
Mommy, I eat sugar.
You eat sugar?
Out of a jar.
Okay.
But no one's looking.
We're going to use 2 of these.
I also did it once when
Come
you
here,
were
Kenna.
asleep. Yeah, huh? I did it once when Mommy was
2.5 because you don't want for it to be
Wait, you
too
did one?
sweet.
Yeah.
So we're going to use 2 of those. And these are my babies.
And then we add some water. Can you get sauce?
So we're going to go back. So those are the people that be making noise in the background.
What? Oh, excuse me. I try to help. Give me. No, money. See?
So we're going to set the timer to 400. It's going to be on bacon 400. And we're going to let it preheat.
Now come
And now, after that, we're going to add a little bit of ginger.
ginger.
We're going to add a little bit of ginger
Ginger.
into it.
Spicy.
Okay. And my helper going to open the nutmeg. I'll add a little bit. That's enough. Okay, you really want for the cornbread to have that nutmeg. And we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon. Not a lot of cinnamon. That's
Cinnamon.
okay.
That's what makes it like a
Yes. And we're going to blend it.
Blend it.
Put it in the mixer bowl. Add 4 eggs into the butter and the sugar and the cinnamon. I'm going to add 4 eggs. I'm going to crack it. I'm going to mix it. Not right now. We're going to mix it really, really good. I'm going to add the mixed Jeffrey. I'm going to add the Jeffrey. And I'm making it just like the way how the Liberian people make cornbread from scratch. But the only thing different I'm using is the Jeffrey instead of the cornmeal. Because these days it's very hard to find cornmeal. I'm going to mix that. And the other 2 helpers is left. And this one is here. And he said, Mommy, don't put me on the camera. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of ginger. And next time I will be doing rice bread from scratch. And I will use banana instead of plantain. When instead of me using vegetable oil, I will use olive oil to do my rice bread. And you will stay tuned. I will do a video for that too. And after I do this, I'm going to mix it before I add the milk. And now I'm going to add the milk. Since I'm not using like the cornmeal, so I'm not going to put the milk on ice. But if I was using the regular cornmeal, even if you're making shortbread, you always want to have a cup of ice and just pour your milk on a cup of ice, stir it up before you put it in your mixer. But since I'm not using cornmeal, I'm using Jeffrey, I'm going to just pour the milk into it instead of me putting it on ice and stirring it up and doing all that. Even when you're doing your rice bread, it's always good for you to put your can of milk on ice. Just stir it up a little bit before you put it into your mixer. So I'm going to blend this really, really good. As you can see, this is it. So I'm going to get a paper towel so I can grease my pan. I like to use my old baking pan, guys. It's better than buying the aluminum foil. So I'm going to really grease it all over. All over. All on the side, in the corner, and everything. And I know some people will be like, why you can't just want to just use pan, the spray? No, the butter is better, because when you use butter, it makes underneath the bread golden brown and the bottom be so brown and juicy. So it's good to use butter to grease your pan, not Pam. I don't like that spray thing. I'm the old-fashioned way. So, and even when you're making your shortbread, when you grease your pan with the butter, you always get like the flour, and you just sprinkle it up over the butter so they can give that little crispy to your shortbread. So when you grease your shortbread pan with the butter, get a little bit of flour where you have it mixed, sprinkle it up, and kind of do it like this all over the pan, and then you add your shortbread mix to the pan, into the baking pan. So I'm going to add the cornmeal mix into my pan. Since I'm not making shortbread, I'm not going to sprinkle any flour into my pan. I'm just going to make sure I mix it up really good before I dip in the mix. You want to make sure you rake everything from your bowl, and you want to level it. So instead of, you just make sure you level it really good. And you put it in your oven. And make sure your oven is preheated before you put it in. Don't put your bread in while you're preheating. That's not good. Put that in here. And I'm going to set my timer. Do it for 20. And press start. And that's it. And I will do the final video when the bread is done. Thank you, and stay tuned for the result. Bye guys, and happy Sunday.